Hi, Jack from InGuides Life. Got a cool little update video for you here. Got some new systems in. Got this Osmo Pocket camera that I'm talking to. Got a new video editing system right here. Well, if you got a new system, you got to figure out a way you're going to carry it. So I'm going through some camera bags and I found a GoPro camera, had a card in it. Pop that card in the computer, guess what? It's the first ride of the Super 6 Evo Neo, the e-road bike. Brought back some memories. But anyway, it's kind of cool because it's just my kind of impressions, kind of the first impression of riding an e-road bike. So thought you might find that interesting. What we're doing here is we're chopping up the footage, making a little bit of an edit. I'm doing a little bit of a narration, a voiceover, and kind of just bringing you a fun little edit of the first time riding the e-road bike. Check it out. First 5 minutes, I haven't even done a ride yet, just first 5 minutes. This thing is fun. So much power going up hills, going like 17, 18 miles an hour, and very little watts being put out by me. So stepping it back and just seeing if we get a better balance of me to the power from the motor. I'm going 10 miles an hour up this grade. My heart rate would be a $190. So on the first descent, I'm kind of just getting a feel for the bike, the way it's handling, and obviously it handles a lot like the Super 6 Evo. The thing is, the down tube definitely is a different layup because it's got the battery. So the bike doesn't feel exactly the same in terms of kind of the suspension from the frame. It's a little more rigid feeling. That was ridiculously awesome. So I'm learning how to use this motor. And it almost seems like if you backpedal, it turns the motor off. Because like when you're kind of in a rip in the highest motor, and then you go to slow down, it's like it wants to keep like pushing you, like it needs to be turned off or something. So what it seems like is if you reverse the cranks, you pedal backwards a little bit, that cuts off the motor, and now you can coast along with very little drag. So these are the roads we film on quite a bit, so I started to get a feel for these roads, and you're thinking, wow, I've got this difficult section upcoming, and it's kind of in your mind. Well, when I'm riding along anticipating that section, I realize it's not going to be an issue because I have the pedal assist. So what tends to happen for people when they're on an incline is their cadence will slow down and they'll just kind of push down harder. Well, with the e-bike, the sweet spot of the motor is an RPM. It's not a torque, so you need to keep your spin elevated so the motor's in its sweet spot, like about 90 RPMs. And you get a lot more kind of a boost. When you're riding along, it's easy to move the crank through the difficult spot. You know, kind of that, the upper end around 12 o'clock, it's difficult to get the crank over the top, right? That's kind of why you're shifting gears, is you're making it easier in that difficult spot when you're trimming your gears. Well, because of the motor, the pedal assist, you're able to tumble the cranks over the top easier. And so what ends up happening is you're shifting less. And in terms of shifting the big ring, I might have had a big ring shift once or twice during this whole hour-long ride. So the beautiful thing about the e-bike Motion X35 motor is that it's a pedal assist. You still are pedaling the bike to make it go forward, but the hub is kicking in some watts for you. So it's easier to keep your roll going, and it smooths out your cadence. It's easier to maintain a higher cadence. The power settings are interesting. So I started off in the green. Now the orange, the next mode up, it's just kind of a faster version of the green mode. And then there's the red power setting, the highest power setting. We call that turbo. But when you go to the red, it's like too much. It's kind of like the motor's doing the majority of the work. So that's not what I want to do. I want to find a heart rate around a $130, 130 beats per minute, and I want to find a velocity that's satisfying. So while I'm tweaking my gears, I'm tweaking the pedal assist to kind of get that sweet spot. so I can travel along 20 miles an hour at 130 beats per minute heart rate. So that's how I'm tuning the motor. I'm tuning the motor to my heart rate. Within the first 10 minutes, maybe the first 5 minutes, I don't know what it is, but I'm thinking I did the right thing. Right. It didn't take long for me to confirm that this was a good decision. The way the bike pedals, the way the bike handles, just how much fun it is, how similar it is to my analog bike, my regular road bike. It didn't take long to confirm that I made the right decision getting this bike.